Two color correctors are going to face off in today's TKO video. Which one will have what it takes to come through in the end? Let's meet the two products. First up, we have this Milani color corrector. It's their Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint in 120 Peach. That one is going up against this Pixi color corrector, and it's their Brightening Peach. So let's start off with price and availability. Milani, you're going to pay $9.99 at Ulta, while the Pixi you can get at Target for $12. I'm going to put on the screen here each product, and we're going to list some of the features. So let's go ahead and start with the Pixi. This formula is more of a cream formula. They have it kind of compacted in this little jar. It's not free-flowing, it's not liquid, it's more of a cream. It's not tested on animals. It is formaldehyde donor-free. Claim that it's waterproof. Full coverage. It's offered in 2 shades through Target, and they say that it will neutralize the darkness under your eyes. Let's jump over to the Milani. This one is a liquid. It is a squeezy tube. It's going to come out straight liquid there. No cream. Liquid. This one is vegan, cruelty-free. It's offered in 3 shades. Neither one of these have a vast amount of shade ranges. You're either going to have 2 or 3 options. This one will not only color correct, but illuminate along with hydrating. Now, if you've seen any of my past videos, you know I like to look at the ingredients. So let's shift over that way and let's look at what ingredients are in each of these products. First off, we're going to start with the Milani. This one has glycerin, so there is your ingredient that is going to help you get that hydration they were claiming you will get. Mica, vitamin E, Epsom salt, that's kind of weird, but okay. Caffeine, which a lot of products for under the eyes, caffeine is supposed to be a nice ingredient, so that is in here. Sodium hyaluronate, which is pretty much a kissing cousin to hyaluronic acid. Niacinamide, vitamin C, turmeric root extract, which could be what gives it its color, collagen, and ginseng root extract. So some pretty nice ingredients. At least they sound pretty good. Let's shift over to the Pixi. Now this one has vitamin A, which that is retinol. Kind of don't like retinol in my beauty products, but that's another situation. Vitamin C, vitamin E, rose hip extract, glycerin. So again, this one is going to help hydrate a little bit as well. Retinol palmitate. Again, not really feeling that in my beauty products. Give me that in a skincare product. A rosa canina root extract. Could have totally botched that. Dimethicone. So that one can kind of create a barrier to keep some of that hydration in. So that's good and that's great. I've told you where you can get them, how much you'll have to pay, and some of the ingredients, but how do these products perform? That's going to be the deal breaker. So let's jump into that. As far as application goes, again, the Milani is a liquid, so it's a thin, runny kind of formula. The Pixi, being a cream, has a little bit more substance. It kind of takes a little bit more to blend out. How does it look after you applied it? What does the appearance look like? For the Milani, it's a very thin coverage. See that kind of peachy tone, but you can also still see that darkness pulling through. It's not very much coverage at all. For the Pixi, there is a little bit more coverage, but I also noticed that it leaves a little bit more of a dry look, a little bit more flakiness. It's not as smooth, and it does take a little bit more to blend it out. So while we're talking about blendability, the Milani is going to blend like a dream, almost a little too much. It could be one of those where you could actually blend it away. The Pixi, you're not really going to do that very much. But that being said, for me, on my dry under eyes, it tends to kind of sit on top of the skin a little bit rather than blending and absorbing into the skin. How does it cover? Is there coverage to this? The Milani, there's pretty much no coverage. The Pixi has a little bit more coverage, but these are more color correctors, not necessarily concealers. So again, to neutralize those peachy tones, you're going to want a concealer. But as far as coverage, the Milani pretty much has no coverage. How do each of these work with makeup? It's a personal preference. You do how you want to do. But I like putting these underneath my concealer before foundation. I don't like putting these or my concealer after foundation. I prefer it before. So with these, I don't notice that applying that foundation or any kind of powders afterwards lift the makeup. Nothing kind of crumbles or balls up or anything. They both work well with foundation and powders. What's the longevity of these? I will say that they are pretty much the standard. I don't notice that I have no product under my under eyes at the end of the day. But for me, my under eyes, I don't get product that sinks into my lines. It kind of sits on the top and then separates throughout the day. But again, for me, it wears just as well as any other concealer. So, last thoughts, final rounds. What do I think about texture, application, blendability? For that, I really like the Milani. It has that natural skin-like finish. You don't really notice it sitting on the skin. But if we're going for that color correctness to neutralize those under eye tones, then it's gonna be the Pixi, no doubt. For me, the Milani just doesn't do anything for that. It looks nice going on, but it doesn't neutralize my darkness enough. I need something with a little more punch, a little more impact, and I get that with the Pixi. So if the whole point is a product that camouflages those dark circles, you need the product that actually covers, and for me, that's the Pixi. So our winner here today is going to be the Pixi color corrector. Now that we've looked at products to see how you can correct and cover the darkness of those under eyes, check out this video to see if this concealer will help you to fully conceal your under eyes. If you have to go, don't worry. Click subscribe, that way you can come back to either of these videos or any of the other videos that I have. While you're there, make sure you click that notification bell, that way you can join me in my next video and all future videos.